Alright, so I'm giving you guys story time on how last year in sixth grade was my literally the hell school, bro. So story time. So what happened was is I was like 11 in sixth grade. So in sixth grade I was in a school. It's called Carver. I don't know if y'all know that school, but some people do. If you live in Florida, you're obviously gonna know that school. But yeah, so that school was like, oh my god, it was a complete nightmare. Like, I wouldn't say that school was bad, but it was bad, I would say. So, back to what I was saying is, it's a school where, I'm not trying to be racist, but there was a lot of, black people there. And I was like, almost like the only white kid there. So, I was very nervous, and like, in school, I was really the most quiet kid. I'll meet friends, but I wouldn't, like, meet with other people. And at that school, there's a lot of fights at that school, but I'm not like those fight into kids. I'm really chill. If someone like, starts cursing at me, I don't really care. I mean, I'd back off. But you know how kids are. It gets frustrating, and then you want to hit them, but you can't because there's consequences at the end. But you really can't do nothing about that. So it's bad and annoying. So, but again, at that school, I had a little bit of trouble tease. Like, I mean, kids used to get bullied a lot over there. And the kids are not so nice over there. I mean, the lunch ladies were actually so freaking mean. I mean, like, you can't even, like, the point is, you can't even pick the food. They just give you, like, a random plate, and they don't even ask, like, no, there's some peanut butter sandwich, and I think it was a hot dog and a PB&J with some crackers, right? So, that's when a kid, right? People sometimes are allergic to peanut butter, you never know. And like I would expect them to be like, "Hey, are you allergic to peanut butter or something like that?" Because I know you ain't not have no hospital over here, right? So he just slapped the PB&J on his tray. I'm like, bro, you even not even ask him. And since I was a quiet kid, and I'm a very skinny kid. I mean, like I mean, I eat a lot. I mean, like I'm freaking big back with food. And without food, I ain't happy. And, because my parents are skinny, so, you can't really complain about skinny kids. But, I mean, when you're a skinny kid at school, I mean, like, the fat kids or, like, the kids that look much stronger than you, they're always the ones to pick on you. Like, it's crazy. Like, why are you always the ones to get picked on? Because, they focus on the skinny kids, to be honest. My parents told me this, that since they're, like, they feel like a bigger size than you, I mean, they want to pick on you. I mean, I get that, but I mean, you have to pick on me that bad? So, I had some friends there that I knew from another school called Clamosa. It was another school that I went to, and they were there, and everyone went there because it was farther from their home. I mean, closer from their home and stuff. So, I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. And I also came from Carver. I was in Carver for fifth grade. So yeah, it was actually pretty cool. And my parents regretted so much bringing me there. It was insane. I regretted going there. So I'm over there, and then I had like some friends, but a lot of fake friends. The teachers were really nice. My math teacher was cool. I mean, he let us be on our phones. He barely teached. He got a lot of consequences. A lot of people liked him. I'm not too ashamed, but he was a gay guy. I mean, he was a really cool guy. He was very lenient with stuff. He was not like most teachers. But he was strict with the homework and stuff. Like the homework, he was strict with. Like every day, he would give us homework. But during like lessons, he was very lenient and stuff. So I was like, I really liked him. I mean, every time it was his class, I would get so happy. Like it was like insane how happy I would get to have his class. I mean, we were doing everything, bro. We were, I mean, it was a very cool school year. And but even though that he was a kind of mean, but he was a little mean, but just very very lenient. Like we would do stuff that like a teacher would crash out, people even call the principal for, and people made. I don't know if y'all know about, but the school making up stuff like the it's there's anything but this, like anything but work or stuff like that. I don't know if y'all saw that was a old trend. Someone made a fort with desks in his class, and he's on the phone with some Chinese girl. I think it was like his girlfriend or something like that. But yeah, they were on the phone for like the whole entire hour, and if we had lunch from his class, we would have 2 hours in this class. So each class was an hour, but for if we had that lunch class, then it was 2 hours. Because I think the schedule was, because different days school was like, I think a different day we had different classes. It wasn't like every day it was this class first. I think we had like different classes, and then we would have to remember what class we go first. It was like it was so much to think of. It was so much to remember. Like, I remembered barely half of it. So, you know, I was like, okay, whatever. So, but, you know, it was a very long day, but there's one teacher that I hate, bro. Her name was, like, Miss Scott. Well, actually, no. She was, like, my cousin, I think, a little bit, but, she was a really chill teacher. She was kind of mean. She did have favorites. You know, all I did was have, like, class clowns in my class. I mean, it was really all class clowns and stuff like that, but yeah, so I had a really fun school year there. So the problem is, I'll tell you guys what happened that made me almost leave the school. So the first thing that happened was pretty simple. Let me see if I can remember. I'll tell you one thing. Okay, so it was, I think, a Thursday or a Tuesday. It was like a Thursday, Tuesday. I think it was one of those days, I remember. So I walked out of my class. I was actually going to the class that was the lenient teacher. I was going to his class that time. And I was waiting for him because I think he was using the bathroom. And, because he did tell us about that, he has, like, a very bad bladder. Like, he would have to use the bathroom every an hour. He had, like, a bad one, you know. So, he told us, and then he went to the bathroom. I was waiting for him. And I have the same class with this one kid. I think his name, I forgot his name. It's been a very long time. But yeah, so, I forgot his name, but he was some black kid. And, so, yeah, I was, like, yeah, I think it was like 11. I think he's failed the grade, and he was in 5th grade, but he was actually pretty big, yeah, and pretty big. So he was a very big kid, I would say. He was like he wasn't fat, but he had like a good body shape type stuff. I don't know if y'all know what I mean, but a kind of chubby. And he would like, you know, I mean, he would fight with a lot of students, but not how like y'all think he would, but he would fight with a lot of students. So, back what I was saying, so what, I was waiting in class, and he was teasing me, and first I was like, okay, I was ignoring it, because if you say stop or leave me alone to one of the kids at school, I feel like you're just gonna get beat up, probably they'll end up killing you, like, it's bad, and the fights are, like, super bad. I mean, you got kids so mad, they're over here leaving the school premises, so, you know, it's really bad over there. So, again, what I was saying, I was standing outline, and then he grabs my shirt like those bullies be doing, right? He like grabs my shirt, and then he tells me something, but I wasn't really listening, so, but he was telling me something, and I didn't really listen, so I was trying to back off, and then that's when he, like, hit my chest really pretty hard to, like, keep me against the wall. That's when it hit me. I was like, oh my god, this kid did not just do that. And to be honest, when I was little, I mean, I don't have the energy like football players or like, no, the running back players, because if I run for if I run for a multiple of time, then I will, like, you know, my heart will race, and if it races too much, I can have some chest pain. So I was very, very anxiety. I had like a lot of anxiety with my heart pain or like heart racing and stuff. And then, you know, so, but I don't think none of them knew that, except for my teachers knew that, but I don't think the kids did. And so, you know, I'm like, bro, this kid is, like, over here pounding on me. Like, come on. Like, I'm some skinny dude. I mean, I have chicken legs and chicken arms. I mean, what do you expect? So, I guess he doesn't see that. I mean, so he was teasing me. Then, you know, that kind of hurt. I mean, getting hit in the chest, like, that hurts, you know? I mean, like, you can't even lie, that hurts. So, I was like, okay, that hurt. So, but, you know, I was a little baby that time. So, after that, I mean, I had to gasp for air, because that's when my, like, little heart problems wasn't that great. I mean, it was always doctor checkups, you know, all that type of stuff. So I was like, okay. And then I started crying in the bathroom, but they had a little rule that if you want to use the bathroom, you have to go to the office and ask for a key, because people got, you know, the V4PMING. I don't want to say that to get my video taken down, but yeah, I already know stuff. It's the little blowing thing. I mean, y'all should know what kids are taking. It starts with a V, y'all should know, and then ends with ing, so y'all should know. But yeah, so they were doing that in the bathroom. Some people were even getting older and older and it starts with a W. They were, you know, blowing that in the bathroom, starts with a W. And they got very strict with that. So now they're over here locking the bathrooms. So to ask to use the bathroom, so I came down here, tried my hardest not to cry, went down there and said, "Can I use the bathroom?" I just lied. I said I have diarrhea. So they were like, "Okay." So they walked me down to the bathroom. Then I took out my phone and I text my mom. And like an hour later, I get picked up from class. I get picked up early. I go down. My mom looks like she was in a horrible mood. And my dad is, I don't know what he's doing, but, you know, he was doing something. And my mom said, "Can I speak to the police officer?" That's when I was like, uh-oh. And then, you know, she tells me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" She's checking my chest and all that. I'm like, "Yes, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine." And my sister does not know what's going on. And, you know, she's just playing on the floor like a normal girl she is. And then that's when it hit her. She was like, "Wait a minute, what happened?" And she forgot what happened, so she read the text. So I was like speechless to talk. You know, I was like still scared, whatever. So I was like, "Just read back the text." So she did. And when she read the text, that's when it hit her. She was like, "Oh my god." And then she said, "I want to press charges on this kid." I was like, "What the press charges?" I was like, "It has to be my fault, because I mean I have to be a big boy about it. Like, I'm not over here being a little baby." But you know, I mean, I know. You guys gonna start glazing in the comments. "You're a little snitch. Snitchers get stitches." I don't freaking care, right? But you know, it didn't hurt. I mean, but you know, I shouldn't be a big baby about it. But, you know, I was a mommy kid, so, like, everything that happened at school, I always tell my mom, because, you know, I can trust my mom with that type of stuff. So, I talked to my mom, and then, you know, she said I won't be coming to school for, like, 3 days, so that's what happened. My sister will go to school, and then while I'll stay home, but it was the only one time she went. She only went one day when I was home, and then she just didn't go for the rest of 2 days, and then my mom just lied, said she was not feeling good, you know. So, and my sister got home, but she only went to school for one day. That's fine. But I think if my sister was in that school with me, you know, I'll have to be a police officer towards her, because you know that I wouldn't trust anyone with my sister at that school. I mean, my sister can and especially the girls over there. I mean, I witnessed a whole a ninth grader fighting the police, the school officer. I'm like, what the? This guy can go to jail for harassing a cop, and he didn't go to jail. He just got suspended for a month because he punched the officer, but it missed the officer by an inch. Like, he punched him and hit him like in the cheek, but it didn't like really hurt. I mean, it was just like burning a little bit, but the kid got him pretty good, I would say. I mean, he got him pretty good. He got him like right in where his beard is at, so he got him pretty good. He wasn't bleeding, but it was red. But and then the others go off to tackle him to the floor. Everyone's like, you know how school is. So everyone's like, I don't know what's going on until I see the kid on the floor. I was like, I know what happened. This kid's harassing a officer, and he was some fat kid too. I think they were fighting because he probably got caught, I think, in a bathroom and some kid told, and then the police wanted to search his backpack and he just wasn't letting it happen. Yeah, so he wasn't letting that happen. So he started fighting and that happened. But yeah, although that was pretty bad. I mean, some kid got blamed for having a weapon at school. I was like, oh my god. Some kid, we had police. I'm gonna tell you guys just one thing that happened. One funny and one crazy. So I'll go with the crazy part. So I was in class one day, and I heard the announcements. It was someone named Jaden, I think. And it was like, "Can I please, whoever has Jaden in their classroom, please send him to the front office." So I was like, wait, what? And then, you know, the announcements came back like 30 minutes later and said, "Please, Jaden, if anyone has Jaden, please send him to the office." Then an hour later, when I was in the lenient guy's class, it happened again. And he was like, "I repeat, can we have Jaden to the front desk?" So I see cop cars, and you know, when we're at lunch, a whole bunch of cops are asking kids if they've seen this kid, and he asked me, but I was like, "I don't know, no Jaden," and you know, they were like, "Okay." So, and then finally they found him, and some kid reported he had a gun in his backpack, and first of all, I was like, "What?" And you know, I was pretty shocked. I mean, that can't be true. And we're over here on lockdown. We're on lockdown in our class for an hour. And he actually had a Nerf gun in his backpack. It was a whole Nerf gun. Some kid saw the tip of the gun and it was black, and it was a black Fortnite Nerf gun. I think it was the pump shotgun. I think it was the spaz, if y'all play Fortnite. He just put the tip of it and they thought it was an actual pew pew. So wow, ain't that freaking nice? We were in class in the corner for an hour, a whole hour. Like I think like 9 o'clock in the morning all the way to 10:30 type stuff. I was so mad. And the teacher was pretty pissed. So the kid got suspended for like 2 days. He came back, and then the officers talked to him, said if you bring any deadly weapon to school, then you will be expelled, or even worse, taken to prison. The kid never did it again. And now here's the funny part. Now this is not about actually the school where I got bullied at. I think it was another school. So this school, I'm not going to say the name of the school, but this school was, pretty cool. I was in 4th grade in this school. So one day, we're in class, and my teacher was a bully. That guy would bully me, bro. His name was Mr. Lure, and that guy would bully me. So, he would pick on me, and then he was a girl lover. I mean, he would have glazed the girls out. I thought he was a pedophile, to be honest. But, he wasn't, of course. So, he was pretty mean to me. My mom would always email him some mean stuff, because he was bullying me. So, I'm at school, and then, of course, he gives me the hardest question to answer, and I was like, I don't freaking know, and I just stayed quiet, and everyone's staring at me like, guys, it's not a sauna party, bro. So, I'm like, this is not a silent birthday party, so please, leave me alone. And then he picks on one of the smart girls. I mean, the smart girl is those, I don't know if y'all had it in y'all school years, but it was like a green tag. Like, if you get good grades and straight up, like, all A's, you get, like, some green thing. You can, like, control traffic, help teachers out with stuff. I don't think y'all had that, but I had that. And it was annoying. I mean, kids will start bragging about it. Okay, this kind of stuff. Yeah, so he'll be bragging about it and stuff like that. So, it was like, okay. But, again, so, of course, the girl answers, and we had a lockdown, but it was a fake one, obviously. But, the teacher was really strict about those. So that's when we're in lockdown, and we had, like, a bathroom where it was, like, a hallway bathroom in our classroom. So it was a bathroom where there was the boys' bathroom, and then if you walk, like, 2 more steps, there's the girls' bathroom. In the middle of the bathrooms, there's the teacher's lounge, I think, like, where he keeps all his stuff, and then on the left of that is the boys' bathroom. On the right of that is the girls' bathroom. So some girls were hiding in the girls' bathroom, while 2 boys were in there with them. And then I was actually in the hallway of that bathroom. So I was not going to complain. And then first some kid flushed the toilet by accident. And like the teacher was like, what happens if the shooter heard that? And then, I just whispered, I was like, God, the shooter's going to probably think some kid is taking a crap while we're in lockdown. I was like, oh my God. So the teacher was pissed. And then I think some kid in the girls' bathroom accidentally farted in there. And the girls were so mad. They were like, Mr. Liver! So this kid farted, all stinks in here. So the teacher was like, shut up. And then, everyone was like, oh my God, what's happening? Especially me, I was questioning. I was like, what is happening? What is happening? And then a whole bunch of kids next to me were laughing, bro. And then I did not want to laugh. Because one little peep that came out my mouth, he's gonna obviously blame it for me. Like, Andrew, did you fart? Andrew, did you laugh? Andrew, did you flush the toilet? Even though I was in the middle of the freaking hallway. But yeah, so, of course, bro, like, some kid farts and all the girls start laughing. Some boys are laughing. Some boys are mocking the sound. Over here, they're like all that noises and stuff. So, I ain't mad. I'm like, bro, y'all trying to get me in trouble? The teacher's gonna think it's me and I'm good. But I think the teacher believes it. So, I'm like, okay, good, nice, positive. Okay. And then that's when it hits me, bro. Like, now, that's when I'm cooked. After the code red, the teacher gives a speech out, and he's like, you guys are gonna get us killed. And whoever flushed the toilet, I'm writing you up. Whoever farted, that's fine. But you guys can't be, even if it stinks, that's fine. Just cover your noses and shut up. And people are like, what the? So that's when I was like, oh my God. And then of course, it's me. He was like, Andrew, and I started laughing. All I did was, that's all I freaking did. Unless the freaking shooter has the best ears in the entire universe, then yeah, I understand that. But jeez, come on, man, all I did was a little wimp. Of course, he blames me for everything. He's like, no. I know what you did. And I'm like, bro, why are you glazing me? I didn't do anything. I'm just a unharmed kid. Like, I didn't even do anything. I'm an innocent kid. I didn't fart. I didn't flush the toilet. So, like, bro, leave me alone. And then, of course, we end up on our date, and I was so close from getting I was so close from getting detention. But, oh, yeah, that's the end of it. Bye, guys.